Stave 1, The Apparition of Laddy Schoopert's Youth. It is a gray and dreary November in Salem, 1 week's eve of AMP, the all-night middle school party. In his suburban home, a dissatisfied and contrarious middle schooler named Laddy Schoopert works meticulously at his keyboard. On the screen of his computer reads a nearly completed college application essay titled Will to Maturity, or Why I Grew Up. Finishing his application, Laddy returns to his boyhood bedroom and lets out an overblown sigh at the childish trinkets, toys, and trimmings that decorate his shared room. He directs an even louder sigh at his incipient brother, Nick, which is spelled N-N-I-U-Q. And if it's hard to remember the spelling, it's like Quinn spelled backwards with a silent U. He squeals in triumph over an imaginary battle of Lego minifigures. Laddy condescends Nick for childishness and impertinently scoops the Lego figures under his bed. After tidying the mess, he takes another look at his room and proceeds to remove and replace the vestiges of youth from his bedroom walls. Suddenly, Laddy's youngest brother, Tiny Jim, bursts into the room, ruddy-faced and clamoring about the all-night middle school party.
God bless us, everyone! He exclaims.
He shows Laddy his phone with an AMP Instagram promotion.
I'd rather go to corn camp.
Laddy sneers, refusing to share in the zeitgeist of AMP. Tiny Jim departs, and Laddy's mother cheerfully enters with a plastic bag of stuffs from Fred Meyer's and 2 mugs of hot liquid. She hands a cup of cocoa to Laddy's brother and a cup of black coffee to Laddy. Out of the plastic bag, she pulls a bottle of multivitamins and a pill calendar, items that Laddy requested she bring home from Freddy's. Lastly, she pulls out a pair of Peter Panda pajamas and waxes nostalgic about Laddy as a child, hoping he will accept them. As she leaves, Laddy lifts a stack of clothes from his dresser and disdainfully tucks the pajamas under them. At once, Laddy and his brother's phones ding with notifications, a group text from their small group leader that reads,
Yo, 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 what's up, my dudes?
Saw.
Have you signed up for AMP?
Laddy sighs. Nick wishes for him to go. What good is AMP that we should lose a night of sleep, Laddy derides. At least come to our small group LAN party tomorrow, his brother pleads. Laddy begrudgingly agrees, but insists that Nick leave now so Laddy can get to sleep all the earlier. And so, Nick does. Laddy follows a familiar nighttime ritual, cleaning his teeth, his ears, and his liver. Entering his room, he hits the light, runs to hop into bed, but yelps in pain at a wayward Lego minifigure left behind on the floor. He keels over and crashes into a pile of discarded Star Wars fiction. Finding his lamp, he turns on the light to find a rogue panda minifigure depressed into the carpet. He blinks, and the minifigure is gone, vanished from sight. Disturbed and slightly distressed now, he jumps into the bed only to leap back out in a third agony. The panda minifigure is in his bed. He picks it out, hurls it toward the ground, and pulls his covers over his head. He has barely a moment to shut his eyes when he hears a sound from across the room. One eye peering open reveals a ghostly figure of a full-size panda standing in front of his balcony door, a dreadful vision of youth and joy. Laddie cries in disbelief, refusing to admit that he is indeed seeing this spiritual manifestation of Peter Panda, more aptly a symbol of his decaying youth.
Coffee's too strong,
He says aloud. Decaf? The panda replies. Then, clearing his throat, Peter Panda groans, I've come to warn you from your frightful fate. He informs Laddie that he will be visited by 3 spirits throughout the night. The thought of staying up all night is bone-chilling to Laddie. Peter Panda backs toward the closet, which opens almost magically, leaving Laddie trembling, gripped with fear. To be continued.